What's good, y'all? With this video, I'm really not trying to use spiritual conscious community buzzwords. I'm not trying to sell the hype or anything like that. But for those of you that resonate with what I'm saying here, you know when you're different. You know when you have a big destiny awaiting you. You know what I'm saying? You know when your life is different. You know what you resonate with. And me particularly, when they talk about the chosen ones, when they talk about old souls and all that type of stuff, I feel it. And it's not like, oh, they said chosen ones. Now I gotta pay attention. No, I could be minding my own business, and then they could be talking about, oh yeah, that's my chosen pair of shoes. But I heard that word chosen. You know what I'm saying? When I hear the word elite, I don't get discouraged. Oh, the powers that be, they're holding us. No, I'm elite. We're all elite. If you accept the title, if you accept the energy of it, if you resonate with that energy, we all are. So those get my ears perked up whenever I hear certain words like that. But one of the things that I've been realizing, this is the video I just recorded, is just simply how protected I am, how protected I've been throughout my entire life. But I want to go ahead and just take a bold claim and take it one step further. If you think it's a good idea to mess with me, if you think it's a good idea to mess with any chosen one, any old soul that knows their power, any original soul on this planet, any one of the 144,000, any of us, whatever, any protected, any individual, any soul that's here for a unique purpose, and you are going to go out of your way to take us off track. Don't get me wrong, it's part of the what's it called? It's part of the free will. It's your free will to help me in my journey, or it's part of your free will to try to set obstacles in my way, try to deter me, try to take me off path. All I say is you better be accepting the consequences of your actions. Because when you're dealing with my level of protection, and mind you, I don't even do anything for mine. I know there's all these practices and all these things that you're supposed to be doing. I know it might sound arrogant to say that I'm above it. I'm not saying I'm above it. I'm just saying at this current point in my life, at this current point in my journey, I don't need it. Because by default, my player model, my character, my avatar came with this level of protection. I feel sorry for those of whom try to cross me, and I'm not trying to say this I'm gonna get you. No, I don't have to lift a finger. Life will get you. If you try to it's funny, everyone that has slighted me, I always see myself doing better than them. For example, in my new job, my first project I worked on, the dude that was smiling in my face tried to stab me in the back. And the funny thing is, yes, it did irritate me for a little bit, but then I noticed his life. I noticed that he has to take anxiety pills to cope with this job. This is the same individual that says that, this job is taking so much from him. And in my head, I'm like, well, why don't you leave? Why don't you go get another job? Oh, you think by pulling people down around you to make yourself look like you're the best is a good idea. That may have worked for all those other people, but you can't do that with me. Because if you slight me, if I mess up, the repercussions are huge. The repercussions are already big if you mess with somebody else, but those repercussions are just as huge if I don't accept that energy and that I return it back to you magnified. Can you handle what you've sown for yourself? Are you ready to reap what you've sown? And that's the story for all of us. There's a reason why I'm so borderline reckless. There's a reason why I'm so goofy, because I know that nothing's going to happen to me that's not supposed to. If it's not my time, it's not my time. My leg can break if me sitting on the couch. If it's so be it, that's what it's gonna be. Don't get me wrong. I don't do no freaking Jackass type of stuff like Jackass the show, stunts and all that type of stuff that can welcome injury into my life. No. That's not what I'm here to do. But if I know if I want to play around, if I know if there's something I want to do, if I know that I'm simply allowed to do something in my world, that's my okay from the universe to say, oh, word, I can do that? Oh, say less. Oh, say less. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how protected I feel. So when I feel sorry for people that hurt me, we hold so much vengeance, especially us chosen ones, because we feel heavy. A lot of us have our, innate sense of empathy. You know, a lot of us may be empaths. You know, a lot of us see things coming that we wish we could have changed, but we couldn't. You know, it's like, and then you see people that try to go out of their way. They get to a point where you don't even get mad that they did something against you. You're just like, ah, oh, man, you did that with me. You can't do that, bro. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, enjoy the flames. The flames that you can't stop, drop, and roll out. I'm telling you, your life is about to get significantly inconvenient by messing with me, and I don't have to lift a finger. Once again, I'm not on some mob boss stuff. I'm not saying if you cross me, I will bring down the legion of 1,000. No. I'm saying if you mess with me, life is going to get you, because some of you got bodyguards, some of you got this and that, and blah, blah, blah. That's cool. Yo, what's your bodyguard going to do with life? What's your bodyguard going to do with my ancestors are about that action? What's your human, physical bodyguard going to do against my powers, my protection? What are they going to do? You know, there's little small fries that get through from time to time, because my ancestors, everybody looking out for me, are saying, hey, you can handle that. Do it the way you see fit, because either way you're going to win. That's a level of protection that it almost feels like a cheat code to have. You know what I'm saying? The story that I just recorded for y'all, like I just got pulled over a couple weeks ago, like a week and some change ago at this point now. You know, I got pulled over a week ago and I got away with it scot-free. In a world where cops are supposed to be our enemies and they always treat us unjustly and you're going to get shot if you do anything wrong. And I walked away without anything. Why? Because I turned it to a higher power. I turned it to the people that are assigned, the entities that are assigned to protect me in this existence. And because I give them so much power, because most of the time I start my day off with giving them gratitude, one of the highest vibrations that I'm aware of. You know what I'm saying? I talk to them like they're friends. I talk to them like they're family. I talk to them like they're business partners. They are everything to me, because they just take the form of what I need in a particular moment. I'm connected. You know, I'm connected to these beings. I'm still not at the point where I can see them yet, but I know they're there. With me simply talking right now, like I feel my little goosebumps coming up. I know they're there. The hairs I'm having are starting to stand up. My antennae are picking up on an energy that I can't see with my 2 or my 4 or my 6 eyes. You know what I'm saying? But there's an energy that I can still see them with. You can see by feeling with your first eye, with your third eye, whatever you choose to call it. But man, it's like I feel sorry for anybody that tries to bring harm to me, because I'm just going to look at you like you're stupid. Like, yeah, you might end this physical vessel. You might. But, oof, the next few lifetimes that you're going to live, oof, you're going to be wondering, yo, why is my life so bad? Because you hurt a chosen one in a past life. You see, there's a difference between me and you, whoever you are, malevolent person out there. It's like, I'm okay with death because I know that you don't experience it. I know this. I've experienced my death in dream form. That's where I died. That's where I died. Volcanic ash, drowning, electrocution, shot, stabbed. I've experienced these. And I can go back and look at them and be, that's how that ended. Okay. No fear. No, like, oh my God. It's just like, this is how it ends. Okay. And now I'm born again. It's just that simple. So we spend all this time fearing death, when most of the time your ancestors, your angels, whoever has been looking out above you, been trying to give you that message this entire time. What you scared for? You're scared of something that you won't even experience. And what I mean by this is, I'm not saying like, some people will live forever. I do believe in immortality. If you choose not to accept death, I do believe that there is a way to accept, to live that type of life. However, there's also the aspect of it where people will, quote, quote, pass on. They will transition. They will transform into a different form. They will go live out a soul's experience on a different planet, a different universe, a different dimension, whatever is necessary for that soul's growth. To me, this is like common sense stuff. To me, this is stuff that I was born knowing, but it just seems like this has been blocked off and deleted from the common man, the masses. Simple stuff like this where like I get looked at like I'm crazy by saying death isn't real. I'm like, fam, I talk to some people on speed dial that you can't even use a phone to talk with. And you're telling me that that sounds crazy? When I speak to people in regards to the semen retention, this is one of the things that I asked my angels very early on in the super leg of my spiritual journey. When I was practicing semen retention, well, still am, but like when I was first starting to practice semen retention, like I asked my angels, because I didn't trust this God dude yet. Didn't trust him yet. I was like, yo, you, I don't know, dog. Like, everyone's supposed to be praising you and going to you, but you ain't been doing what you said you ain't as advertised, but my angels always do it. I'm gonna go talk to them, but I'm still figuring you out. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, I asked my angels, hey, yo, is this something I'm supposed to be doing? When I first learned about Neville Goddard, and he was talking about that I am God, and not saying that I am God, that I can control you, bow down to me, small peasants. No, I am just a fraction. I am just a dead skin cell of God. But therefore, that does make me 100% God body karate material. So when I started to say, wow, this really interests me, calling myself a God, that's different, but that goes against my Christian upbringing to call myself God. I don't know. Like, is that something I'm allowed to do? And I had like a quiet couple days, and then like I asked my angels, I said, hey guys, I don't know if this is going to get me some extreme level of punishment. I don't know if I'm about to get smited for this, but I got to do it. And it just felt like an open gate presented itself in my world. You know what I'm saying? It just felt like an open gate. It said, go right on ahead. And I was like, well, okay, I'm walking through. We'll see what becoming a God feels like. You know what I'm saying? And that's where like the very beginnings of my like this understanding, understanding, whatever, of like godliness feels like, divinity feels like, power feels like. A lot of people think power is in possessions, but you are seeking power. You are claiming power from something that in itself can degrade, that it in itself can break down and wither into dust. You put power in the form of paper. Paper can be ripped in half. It is now zero. That is, your power has not been diminished. You're so powerful, but a rip of a piece of paper has cut down on your power. I T-bone your new Escalade that's fully decked out. Boom, it's gone. But that's where your power comes from. Your power as a man comes from how many women you can lay with. Your power as a woman is how many men that you can finesse. That's temporary. That's something that doesn't exist permanently. That's where you get your power from? No, I get my power from the capital T truth, the truth that doesn't change no matter what my belief systems are right now. It doesn't change with my lowercase t truth right now. No, I get my power from the big T truth. I get my power from the things that are too big for me to even fully understand, but I do know that it's there. And with it simply being there, that's all I need, because I live in the world of what is. Not what can be, not what if, not what, no, what is. That water is there in my perception right now, but that's a lowercase t truth. When I elevate, I won't even see that as water. I'll see a whole bunch of freaking polygons and energy flowing. I won't even see what we call water. You know, there's like some little, hold on, can I catch these in the camera real quick? See real quick. So I'm not sure if I can catch them, but there's like little goats down there. It's like, those could be goats. Those could be like, there we go, right there in the middle, right? That's my finger. Less. It's like those are goats down there in the middle of some freaking island. But I could elevate and just say, oh, if you see goats doing that, that's actually this and that. Who knows? My truth has thus changed, but nevertheless, I'm always anchored to something called the truth. My truth is that there are higher level entities looking out for me. My truth is I am here to do something amazing, because even when I am putting minimal effort into things, it's seen as excellence. That should tell you that you are meant for something. Even when you think it's trash, everyone around you is looking at you like you're amazing. This is something that I ran from as a child. Look at the sun coming up. How you doing, baby? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, this is something that I ran from as a kid. You know, my excellence. You know, the process of excelling, excellence. You know, the process of excelling, the act of excelling has been my default. I'm not saying that to be cocky. I'm not saying that to be arrogant. I'm just saying that that's just what is. Yes, I have my shortcomings, and yes, I know that everything I'm doing is being watched. But the difference between being watched by someone in this camera, some FBI agent in my phone screen, the powers that be, like the Googles of the world, the YouTubes that can censor you when you're not saying something that's politically correct anymore, freedom of speech and all that type of stuff, right? You quickly realize that there is no freedom of speech right now. But nevertheless, it's like, that's one way of being watched. But my Overwatch is non-judgmental. They see all the stupid stuff I do. They see all the, like, me walking off my path. They see me tripping and falling. They just look at me like, he's learning. Oh, look at him. He's doing that thing again. I don't know why he's going backwards, but hey, that's his journey. That's my Overwatch. That's my non-judgmental, non-biased. Well, I guess they are biased. They're here to help me. But nevertheless, it's like that they're just here to guide me. That's all we're supposed to do. That's what I feel like my mission is, because all I do is emulate traits from things, and I'm from people I like, from things I like. I told you I can learn from the river. I can learn from heat itself. I can learn from coldness itself. But just how I can learn from these types of non-body, these metaphysical principles, I can learn from my angels, my ancestors. Okay, they guide people. They don't try to force feed people. Okay, so lead them here, and then give them the opportunity to research for themselves. They can trust you right off the bat, but what fun is that? No, lead them to the water and see if they drink. But the thing is, like, that might seem condescending. No, I'm being led to water myself. I'm learning all the time. But what I've quickly realized is, like, it's kind of like an older principle of mine where I learned, like, for example, the Bible. I do believe that the Bible, in its correct state, in its non-adulterated, non-fabricated state, is an autobiography. I do believe that. Every single individual that opens up the true version of the Bible can open it up, and it's an autobiography. It is a script of connecting to this so-called God. It is a script. It is a blueprint of how to connect to your inner self, your Merkaba, your chakras, your energies. Because that's what's sprinkled throughout the book in parables and metaphors and all that type of stuff. So what happens when some of the sketchy stuff that I don't quite agree with gets deleted? Then it's like, wait a minute, this book makes a lot more sense now. Okay. But everything I'm learning is just about me, because this is my journey. So everything I'm learning is for me. Nothing in this world happens to you. It happens for you. These are the things I'm constantly reminding myself of. Nothing in this world happens to you. If it's happening to you, you are being a victim. You are being a victim in the world of your creation. You are creating your own victimhood by saying, why does this always happen to me? No, this happens for me. There's a reason why I had to go through this challenge. There's a reason why this obstacle was placed in front of me. There's a reason why this lower level entity tried me. But that's like an observation I've had. Anytime somebody tries me, I always end up doing better than them. I always end up excelling past them. I almost use them as a springboard. They try to get in my way, I jump off their back to the higher levels. You can try me if you want to. You can try all of us if you want to. But you have to understand something. If there's ever a point where I have to call in backup, your life is going to get significantly more inconvenient, lower level entity that thought it was a good idea to mess with me. I hate to say this, but there was someone very close to me that hurt me in the past. And I still see remnants of that, because we have not severed our cord, because there is a purpose for us still being together. However, I still see remnants of what's happening based off of that individual's actions towards me in the past, and I still see them reverberating throughout life until that individual learns their lesson. But this is a weird, painful part that is part of, this is why we're linked, because it's painful for me to watch, because I want to intervene. I want to help, but this is part of their karma. And if I were to intervene, that would be bringing on those traumas onto me, where it's just not my job. That might sound evil. That might sound contradictory to my mission of helping everybody. But all I could do was leave hints, breadcrumbs. And then eventually a lot of my friends, a lot of people close to me, they always say, yo, how did you know? I was just like, I saw it, but I couldn't confirm nor deny. So I just guided you in a certain direction. I do this with my friends. I do this with my family. I do this with random people that come up to me for advice. Because when people come up to me now, it feels like a true honor. You know, there was a point where I ran from it. There's a point where I tried to push it away. There was a point where I was angry, where people asked me questions. Why are you asking me? Who am I to you? Why are you asking me questions? But I realized that this type of energy will be always gravitating towards me because it's my job. It's what I'm sent here to do. Get you to think. If I have an answer, I'll gladly give it. If I don't, let's think it out together. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. I still live in the world of duality. I still live in my own personal world where there is a sense of individuality. But I can acknowledge that there is a shift changing. I can acknowledge that unity consciousness is coming in. I can acknowledge that I'm losing the need to compete with people, but not compete in the sense of making us both better. Like if we're doing push-ups and I can do 20, but you can do 50. Okay, I'm gonna beat you one day, but not to beat you to put you down. I'm gonna beat you to build myself up. So now that we're both doing 50, all right, I'm gonna push it to 52. What you got? All right, oh shit, he caught up to me and is passing me. Oh, look, I gotta get 52 now. And we're growing together. That's what competition is for. Hey, yo, bro, how'd you get past that 50 mark? I've been plateaued there. All right, look, when I hit 50 though, this is how I think. And then I turn my brain off and just tell my arms to go up and down 2 more times. And I just always get those last 2. All right, bro, I'm gonna do that. Then I see you hit that 52. Then you hit your 54. Then you hit your, yo, how'd you get to those 4? Because my arms always give out. All right, bro, this is what you gotta do. You gotta use a little bit of your legs. And push-ups, I didn't think, I just made that up. But nevertheless, you know, it's like, that's the world I live in. And this is going into another thing I wanted to make a video on, but it's a morning, the sun's coming up, I'm feeling good, we talking now. You know, it's like, people think that there is a path to like that stardom, that fame in the spiritual community. Now, I'm not saying that there's not a successful route, there's not a successful experience to be had by making like spiritual content and all that type of stuff. I'm not even saying that success can't come your way. That's not what I'm saying. But do you really think that you're going to be in the mainstream, you know what I'm saying, by doing this spiritual stuff? Do you think that you're going to become the next guru on a TV show? If, like, don't get me wrong, we all have a right to our dreams and our aspirations. If you want to be famous, go for it. If you want to be in the public eye, go for it. If you think that you can make a balance of spiritual life mixed with all the fame of paparazzi and people always in your business and stuff, go for it. For me personally, I would never want fame and this practice at the same time. You know, I always find myself as like I see myself becoming like a wandering nomad. You know, like I can't wait till I get to the point where I'm above the need of money. Yes, money is a toxin, money is a plague, money is the root of all evil, but money helps things work in this society. You know, I just let things come into my world. Just the same way I let money come into my world, I let people come into my world. When I've noticed that, you know, with my guidance, with my protection, I can now allow more people into my world now because I spend so much time alone that I can really feel if someone's coming into my world with the right intention, with the right energies. You know, there have been people that I wasn't sure about because they were from a darker time in my life that have been trying to enter my life. However, I also have a rule that I live by. When people make themselves known, I at the very least entertain it. I still practice my discernment. I'm still watching you, you know. But if you're making that much of an effort to be in my life, let's see if your efforts are worth it. You know, let's see if we vibe now. Let's see if like we lost check for a little bit because we both had to go on our individual respective journeys, but let's see what we can be now. You know, male friends, female friends, whatever. Let's see. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to be someone I can call a brother? Are you someone that I'm going to be able to trust? Or are you just someone that's just here for a quick conversation? If you're a woman in my life, you know, are we friends? Are we platonic? Are we something more? Are we something even less? You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But nevertheless, I know that you can't get too close to me unless I let you in there. And even if you do, even if you try to hurt me now, it's like there is no hurting me. I am chosen. He's like, you know, I'm not saying I'm special. I'm special. I'm better than the average. No. But I'm just saying that I have a unique path. That's what makes me special. I'm not above anybody else. That's just what makes me special. I was born with a few more little traits. Some people think that you're blessed by being born with a silver spoon in your mouth. I guess I see that more of as more of a hindrance, to be quite honest with you. But I was blessed with my protection. I was blessed with a dope crew of freaking ascended masters, ancestors, and I know I can access anybody who I please, anybody that I want. But these are mine. This is the same way that I operate in the below state, as above, so below. This is the same way I operate here. I have my few little things. I get a few crystals. I get a few, whatever, and I make it work. One of the things I always say while I'm at work, ironically speaking, is like, it's like, yo, I don't need a lot. Just give me what I need to get my job done, and I don't need the extras. Just give me what I need and leave me alone. That's the same way I am in the spiritual search, the truth-seeking aspect of myself. I can go into the deepest trenches of my soul and come out unscathed because I'm protected. I can go into warp speed and feel like, thrown off and feel off balance because of how fast I'm moving. And I know I'm going to be protected. I know if I'm like traveling and I'm following endlessly in some time warp that I fell into, I know there's always going to be a hand that comes out that I can grab that's going to help me get balanced and get situated in a certain spot. I know this. I've seen it. I've experienced it. Some of my dreams weren't dreams. That's what I was actually doing at night when I went to sleep. There are so many times I've been falling through, for lack of a better word, like a Stargate, something like that. But I mean, it's literally like, like the bridge and like Thor, like that star bridge type of thing. Just imagine a whole tube of that. And there'd be times where I'd be like just falling through it, like, yo, what the hell is going on? And like I would just get like picked up. This is when I was a kid, and I just felt myself being cradled and stood on 2 feet. And then it was just like kind of like those walking escalators in the airports. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, oh, I was supposed to just stand here. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? I've been protected my entire life. I'm just now at a level of consciousness where I can perceive it and I can understand it. And that takes away so much fear out of my world. I can say what I want to anybody. But once again, I treat people the way I want to be treated. Even though I know I can say anything to you and I won't be affected as much as you think I will. It's like, oh, you're going to lose your job. You're going to get in trouble. Okay. Like, what is a job? What is money? And either way, it's almost like my purpose. It's like my station to be stuck in, quote, stuck in corporate America. Because it's like I'm teaching the new wave of people. I'm teaching people how to how to navigate this thing without getting sucked up like that first dude that tried to spite me, that tried to put me down, tried to stab me in the back, that tried to pull me under the bus. We'll see what his life is looking like, and we'll see what mine is. If you know that you're a chosen one, if you know that you're protected, if you know that you have a big mission on this world, understand that you are fully backed at all times. You are fully backed. You are fully cared for. You are fully watched over. And at any time, you can always ascend to the next ones. Yo, ascended masters aren't going to get jealous. Your ancestors aren't going to get jealous. Your angels aren't going to get jealous that you went to higher dimensions for help and guidance and assistance. They're here to help you where you are now. They're here to help you whenever you need them. They're minding their own business because they are outside of time. Whenever they get the little blip that says, hey, he needs help. Oh, what's up? Hey, what you doing? What you need? Oh, word? Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to give it to you, but I'm going to give you a little hint. There you go. See what you can do with that. I got you, though. I'll give you another one if you need it. That's how I interact with mine. You know what I'm saying? So find the way that you interact with yours. I talk to mine like friends, family, business associates, all the above and all the et ceteras. I talk to them as if they were sitting right here next to me. There is a level of authority. This might be a bold statement. There's a level of authority that I feel over them because I still have like the Beerus and Whis from Dragon Ball Super relationship in my head. Say, hey, do this for me. Thank you. But I want to make it very clear though, that I always start off my days with the utmost level of gratitude to them for everything that they're doing for me. Sure, in the moment, I'm like, hey, do this for me real quick. Yeah. Thank you. But when I'm really by myself and I'm making these long drives in the morning and whatever, I'm like, hey, yo, guys, just thank you. Sometimes it's as simple as that. Sometimes I'm like, yo, the way that y'all pulled that one off, I didn't see how that was going to happen, but y'all did that. Thank you. Sometimes that's all you need to say. But make sure it comes from the heart, not just saying thank you because you're supposed to. What do you say? Thank you. No, you as an adult, you as someone that's conscious enough to watch this type of video, especially to this point. We're 20 something minutes in. I can't see, the sun's kind of blinding me. But nevertheless, it's like you having the consciousness to be able to watch this type of video from beginning to end. Just take a quick pause and just be like, yo, just get yourself grounded and just say thank you. You know, it's kind of like that tequila song, and you just saving up all that moment to say tequila, you know what I'm saying? But then use all that same build up to simply just say thank you. You know, because once again, you know, joy, bliss, gratitude, happiness, love are some of the highest vibrations that you can emit. You know, and if you're emitting all that type of energy out, well, if that's what you're resonating, what's going to get sent back to you? If you are emitting love, bliss, gratitude, that's your frequency that you're operating at. Therefore, your universe around you, your physical reality, has no choice but to resonate at that same level as you and give you nothing but more experience to exercise that gratitude, to exercise that joy, that bliss, that happiness, that love. That's why they say be the change you want to be in this world. What are you scared of? Someone's going to say something about you. Someone's going to say something about you trying to make your life better. Then you quickly realize who's been holding you back your entire life. Sometimes it's going to be your friends. Sometimes it's going to be your family. But you got to remember that you are protected because you always have your true friends and your true family watching out above you every single day. Every single moment. Every single minute. Every single microsecond. They are there looking out for you. Specifically, they are watching you. And they are here for you to win. Call on them as much or as little as you need. For me, though, I see them as a resource. If I need something, hey, can y'all... Thank you. Hey, I'm confused, bro. I'm lost. What am I supposed to be doing? And then certain things start to... Like, for example, right? I told you I was going to start learning Hebrew. Right? I was going to start learning Hebrew, and that sounds amazing, and people's eyes get all wide whenever I tell them this, but I also pay attention to things. I lost the book. I don't lose things. You know, I don't lose things, but I lost my little Hebrew for Dummies book. And you know what that told me? That was a sign that that's not what I'm supposed to be doing right now. You know, it's like it made sense in my world to go out and do this, and yes, I exposed myself to a new language, but at the same time, it's not meant for me to. It's just not meant for me. What I've been working on, I'll gladly, like, for me, like this is just a level of belief that I have. It's like I'm working with, like, enhancing my bond with Metatron. Not Megatron, like the Autobot or the Decepticon. You know, Metatron, the Archangel. You know, I shared my story a couple days ago, with, talking about my experiences. We're chatting with the angels and such, and someone just said, "Yo, Metatron." Metatron. Okay, I've heard about him before. All right, let's look into this. And I feel whenever I speak to him, you know, once again, I don't know if I'm doing anything right. I don't know if I'm showing up empty-handed to the whatever, but this is just the way I do things. It's brute force stuff sometimes. You know, when I'm talking to Metatron, it just feels like I'm in the presence of greatness. It feels like I'm in the presence of power. But not like a power that needs to be exerted over people, not in like, oh, I worship me because I'm an archangel. Like, I will stand up to an archangel even if that means eternal damnation. Like, if what you're telling me doesn't make sense, I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to step to you because I understand my divinity, and it still might be light years and millions of bajillions unfathomable levels beneath you. But where I'm at right now, I still feel the power to say, you know what? I don't get that. I don't understand that. You know, even though you are the all-knowing and all this type of stuff, and you're right below God and all that type of stuff, I need a second opinion. I'm going to go talk to Uriel. I'm going to go talk to Gabriel. I'm going to go talk to Michael real quick. As I talked about before, it's like I still heavily identify with God-like energy. I do heavily identify with angelic energy. I'm at the point now where I don't know. I feel them both equally. So who cares which one I am, who I identify as? I'm working with both of these energies at the same damn time. At the same damn... All right, but anyway, like... but you know what I'm saying? I'm working with them at the same time because I know that nothing bad can happen to me. I know that nothing bad can happen to me. I'm prepared for everything because I have the right backing. You know, but so I'm working with Metatron right now. I'm just talking to him. And like there's little quips of just pure wisdom that I'm getting. And this is just from me not knowing how to properly communicate. Okay, send your energy to him and it will be reciprocated back. Pum, pum. Oh shit! Wait, I never thought about that. Wait, where'd that thought come? I am talking to him. Oh snap! Okay, all right, I'm figuring this out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, once again, I had to step out of my pride, because there was a part of me that said, I don't need no help from nobody above me. I don't need nobody. And even with me saying that, they stood by me. I don't need no angels. I don't need no ascended masters. I got this. And they were like, hey, you don't need us. Say less. Oh, say less. Break time. Angelic break time. You know what I'm saying? But like when it's time, when I get hit my lows, when I get lost, when I get confused, you know, like instead of turning out my phone and GPSing and Googling something, nah. Hey, angels, I know we ain't talked in a minute, but I need some assistance. You mind helping me out? Oh, you need us now. All right, what you need, homie? We here for you. No jealousy, no animosity, no nothing. Like I said before, this is why I don't feel so lonely anymore. Because of my bond with metaphysical beings. You know, even if there are some malevolent ones trying to sneak their way in there, I don't even think it's possible. But even if they try to, it's like you have to deal with all of them before you can really have a true impact in my world. And if you made it through all of them, that just means they let you through. Because I can handle you down here, even in my little weakened, little physical flesh meat sack state. I can handle you down here. And if I were to ever need some backup, then you have to deal with them anyway, plus me. What you mean? And then, you know, if I ever found the comfort to trust someone, like I don't trust people in this regard. Like the only person I would trust with this is like my significant other, my wife, my queen, whatever. You know, but hey, yo, I'm dealing with some stuff in the spiritual. You mind helping me out when we get in there? All right, thanks, babe. Let's get this. That's the only other person I trust in the physical to help me with with things like that, until I meet another I don't want to say another master, but you know what I'm saying? Like I meet another master in regards to, I know I've come across them in my life, until I come across another earth master that could teach me something. I could sit at their feet and learn something new. Otherwise, like no one on this planet can help me with what it is I'm trying to do, except for my significant other. Except for my queen, my other half, you know what I'm saying? My feminine side. And of course, everyone has their own masculine, feminine, you know what I'm saying? But y'all get me, all right? Nevertheless, I'm just going to go ahead and sum this up, because I've just been talking. Like I tell you, I woke up feeling good this morning, and we're just going to keep on going. You know, I am in a freaking stupendous state right now. I am happy all the time. Don't get me wrong, when I get into my mode, I get a little frustrated with like my own journeys, but it's the same but separate, you know what I'm saying? My life itself is amazing. I mean, like I'm sitting here and like this isn't the penthouse. I'm gonna see if I can get upgraded, you know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, I got my balcony, I got my water, I got my son that I get to wake up to and talk to every single day while I'm out here. That is a blessing. That makes me happy every morning. Usually I sleep in pure darkness, but I leave my blinds open so I can see my view while I go to sleep, and then I wake up seeing it. I wake up knowing what time it is based off of what lights are out here in the streets and the roadways, how many cars are driving around. I'm happy. And because I'm so happy, it's so easy for me to spread my gratitude, because my cup runneth over. Love yourself so much that love flows out of your cup, that you could spread it to other people. A lot of people want love in relationships, but you don't love yourself. Your cup don't runneth over. When someone tries to give you love, all you do is suck it into your cup. You're a vacuum. You don't know what to do with the love that you're receiving. You're just hoarding it, letting it grow stagnant. Me, on the other hand, I'm letting it flow. I'm letting it flow, and I'm letting it grow. Bars. But nevertheless, I'm letting it flow and I'm letting it grow. You know, my cup runneth over with abundance. My cup runneth over with love. My cup runneth over with happiness, with knowledge, with wisdom. And I'm still learning. I'm still growing. But just because my cup runneth over doesn't mean the faucet is turned off. Y'all, we've all done laundry, or we've all done dishes. You know what I'm saying? We've all been kids where we just let the big old pot fill up with water before we washed it. Yeah. But in this analogy, when that thing runs over, that's me flowing. You know, you have to build up. You have to walk before you can run. You have to build up before you can begin to flow. When you fill that cup up with that self-love, with that self-gratitude, with all that type of stuff to love yourself first, when you're full on that and you realize you don't need anymore, then you can begin to give it away. You know, when it comes to abundance, it's like You know, if people were to look at my bank account right now, but yo, this man ain't abundant, this man ain't rich, this man ain't he fake, he a fake fat phony. It's like, okay, look at what you want to see. But when I have the opportunity to tip well, I tip well, because it's my goal one day to tip like some waitress. I want to walk into a restaurant, get some juice, get the cheapest thing I could buy, give me a loaf of bread, and then tip the waitress $1,000. That's a goal of mine. Just, hey, say less. Don't even wait for the reaction. Don't record it for YouTube. We'll see her reaction, me doing something great. Nah, do great things when no one can see it. You know what I'm saying? And I speak from this platform because that's just my mission in life. You know, quick little gripe. I hate when I see it too often. When people do good deeds, yes, I get it. We need to have that level of energy in the world. Sometimes you do need to record some stuff for the world to see. I get it. But when you make your whole platform you just doing good deeds, that kind of takes away from it for me. You know, I love my good deeds. My good deeds are the ones that I think no one saw. But that goes back into another lesson that I live by. You never know who's watching. You never know who's who. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Anyway, man, I think we're about tapped out with this one. I just want to go ahead and summarize it that if you are a chosen one, you have a big mission in this world, in this life. Stay on task, stay on mission, because you are eternally protected if you accept said protection. Everyone's connection to the higher ups is different. I don't believe in any cookie cutter way of doing things. If it works for you, it works for you. But you gotta be honest with yourself. If it's not working for you, it's not working, and maybe you need to take a step back and check your ego at the door. Right now, what I'm doing is working for me. As I begin to continue, or as I continue to learn more about myself and learn more about the higher realms and the metaphysical, you know, just by pure experience, then I'm going to be like, okay, it's time for me to change something up. But I do believe that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But just understand, chosen ones, special people, old souls, people here with a big mission, whatever words you choose to use. Nothing can take you off path except for you. You and I are the ultimate power. We are all the ultimate power because we are all divine beings. But we have a little bit more on our plate. Our rewards are bigger, but our punishments are bigger as well. That's just the game that we play. That's the game that we chose. You know? At any time, we can forge, just like anyone else on this planet, we can all forge our own lives. We can have as big of a role or as small as a role as that we choose to have. But just understand something, that this is your world. But you have to understand as well that there's other people that don't know that this is their world, and they're giving their power away. We're here to wake them up. We're not here to force feed our opinions on anybody. We're just here to show you what can be. And we keep continuing our own spiritual journeys on our own. Till next one, y'all. Peace.